I'm smiling, but what can you do? Welcome back to the Gallagher Shots YouTube channel. Yet again, Newcastle fans left feeling empty in the third round of the Cup, held by a resurgent Rochdale, a 40-year-old man in fact, mainly due to a second half collapse which we deal in best. Newcastle 1, Rochdale 1, and here's the player ratings. My name's Emil Franchi, happy to be here as always. Martin Dubravka was in goal. And I think a lot of fans were surprised by his inclusion, but a strong lineup is what we were promised, and we got our main man in goal. It was a good thing that he was there in the second half. He was forced into action quite a few times with some really good saves after a very quiet first half. The ball trickled past him during that lapse of concentration for the team, and it was a dampener on his display up until that point. 8 for Dubravka. Yedlin had an outstanding game going down the wing. I thought he was one of our best players. Very clever bits of play with him and Matty Longstaff that you saw. Chased down the balls, made sure things weren't wasted. And yeah, it was kind of the Yedlin that we like to see going forward. Hopefully a bit more confidence in him, especially as he had his hand tied up, so he's fighting through. Yedlin with 7. Kraft wasn't really troubled much down his wing, but very much part of a frantic defence in the closing stages. Didn't really see a lot from him in this game. 4 for Kraft. Fernandez failed to pick up Wilbraham, the guy who scored before the ball fell to him. It just kind of slipped over, and it was really messy from the man who is normally so good on the ball. You'd think against lower league opposition he'd be better. Again, had a very quiet first half, but he struggled when he was under that attack. So Fernandez, going to give him a 3. Hayden did his job tracking back when he was asked to in the second half, but really should have done better when he let the play slip past him to get the assist in. And again, just a real shocking display on his part there. So Hayden gets 4. Atsu, again, one of the stars in this pretty bad day for Newcastle. Beat his fullback easily when he had to every single time. Really good play. One real threat that we had, even getting the ball into Almiron for his goal. But he did struggle defensively in those last 20 minutes, which brings his score down slightly just to 7. Sean Longstaff, we really wanted to see perform like he did in the Cup last year. You know, again, lower league opposition, but he had a decent first half dealing with loose balls and just picking up little missed passes that Rochdale did, even winning the ball in some scenarios. But the second half, standing off players, didn't make an effort to get back, and really disappointing end of the game for him. 4 for Sean Longstaff. Matty Longstaff, his brother, I think had a better game. Positive link-up play, as I mentioned, with Yedlin, but there was a few times in that second half where he lost his man. The players just strolled around him, and yeah, okay, he's a young lad, but I'm going to give Matty a 6 for this game because I did like the way he was going forward. He was trying at least. Almiron, after that, hardest working player by far, very well taken goal, and his confidence is just getting better and better since we've got him in what looks like the right position, so that's good. He pushed through his injury before we lost our best option on the pitch really, but Almiron deserving of an 8. Let's hope that confidence just continues because that hard work is paying off. Muto did have a good effort saved, decent build-up as well. He even set up one of Joe Linton's missed attempts. He at least looked up for it. That's the main thing with Muto. I'll give him a 6 as well. Joe Linton missed every open opportunity, and mistakes led to the goal that they equalised with. Really has lost his confidence. A very poor game. That being said, I disagree with the fact that the fans were giving him grief from the stands, because now it's going to change if that happens. But you know, work rate will get called into question. Understandable, but you know, we'll get onto this anyway. But Joe Linton gets 1. It wasn't his day. You thought today was going to be the one. But Key came on for the majority of the second half for the injured Muto. Don't know what he brought, but we lost something, so he gets 4. Matt Ritchie was back from injury. Silver lining here in a very dark day, but the type of player that we do need at the moment, I think. He looked lively, but the players got past him a few times a little bit too easily, so Ritchie gets a 5. Couldn't really bring much to put the game to bed, and certainly didn't save us from having this replay. It's not been a great run of games. I've hated doing these videos, but going back to my point about Joe Linton, yeah, 40 million, but still a human who surely can improve. Look at Almiron, and yes, I know Almiron has shown a better work rate, but even so, shouldn't be the subject of hate from the stands or online on his own personal accounts. Just think for a second, man. Bear that in mind in a game where every mind matters. All right. It is a replay that we don't need. Enjoy the week off. We've finally got a week where we've not got one game, then another game, and another game after that. So just try and be positive. Anyway, I'm off. So. Oh, bloody hell. Nah, I'm injured. My leg's gone. My leg's gone. My leg's gone. I won't be back next week. Cheers.